What's going on, everybody? Kennybombx is in the building, and we are coming in hot off the heels of what I would say was a very unexpected DLC pack for WWE 2K25, which means we are well on our way to the final DLC pack of WWE 2K25. So today, we're going to take a quick look at what we can expect to get from that pack, but we still haven't spoken about the pack we got in September. Was it worth it? And should you be excited about this final DLC pack? Let's find out. But first, I need y'all to help me out by dropping a like on this video. Just don't forget to smash that subscribe button, especially if you don't want to miss any updates on WWE 2K25. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so ever since the DLC got announced, I've been telling you guys that the Attitude Era pack would be the greatest DLC pack of the year, maybe of all time. But did 2K deliver? I have the wrestlers lined up on the board here from least to greatest when it comes to execution. So how did things shake out? And is this still the best DLC pack of the year? Let's jump in and talk about it. So the first one I have listed here, it's Mark Henry. Now, to be fair, this could mostly be because of that live event match we had against Randy Orton, but I really don't like using Mark Henry in this game. And he's got some really cool moves, like there's one in particular where the opponent's laying down. If you grab him by the side, he just picks them up and just tosses them like they're trash. Come on, man, it's really good, especially for Mark Henry, but unfortunately, that's pretty much where the praise stops. I mean, his face looks really good, but I can't for the life of me figure out why this man is 12 months pregnant. And yeah, I know Mark Henry has always been a big man, but his proportions have never been as bad as they are in this game. If I was Mark Henry, I would be telling 2K to cancel Christmas on this model just like Nikki Bella did. And some people will say Mark Henry's not as fun to use because he's a giant, but I love using Kane and I love using Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, so I don't think him being a giant is the problem at all. It honestly might just be the fact that I can't stop staring at his stomach during the matches, so hopefully 2K tightens that up with 26. But the next one we have on the board is actually pretty surprising. I'm a nice man, bam, bam. Yeah, I'm a nice man, bam, bam. That's how we used to sing it as kids. But we got Billy Gunn here. Now, this was the wrestler I was actually most excited about in this pack, but I feel like they just took Billy Gunn from a previous game and slapped him on in here. And I'm not talking about the model when I say that, because the model doesn't really look bad at all. His face is cooked a little bit, but you could say that about most of the models that go through that de-aging process. My big problem is with the presentation. Now, we did get the music that we all wanted to see, but when he comes out by himself, he's still doing his DX motions. You can tell, I don't know if they knew they were going to get this music or if they got it added in at the last minute, but this was definitely set up as DX Billy Gunn. And it's not just the entrance animation. He has the same taunts as well. That little weird thing he does where he starts moving his hands and then shaking his butt and then moving his hands again. Like, bro, what are you doing? All they had to do was give us the taunt back from No Mercy and we would have been golden, because a few blurred out booty cheeks never hurt nobody. Now, when it comes to Billy Gunn in the ring, I will say he is as fun to play with as I would have expected him to be. I love his moveset. I love the fact that he has the super finisher, the famouser off the top rope. So in ring, I think Billy Gunn is great, exactly what I was expecting. I like to use him, but I just wish they got the presentation all together. But I will say this, when he's with Road Dogg as a tag team, they absolutely nailed the presentation. So you just got to look at him as DX Billy Gunn and you'll get the enjoyment you're looking for. But the next one we have on the board is Victoria. Now, people were very upset when we got the Victoria reveal because she didn't have the music everybody wanted them to have. Apparently, it was a copyright issue, so she had the I'm gonna go on with my bad self Nicki Minaj theme, which, you know what? hey, it's still a big win. You got Nicki Minaj in WWE 2K25. Now, I think Victoria's model probably looks better than anybody else in this pack, and I actually like to play with her as well. I think her moveset is great. She's still got probably my favorite female finisher of all time. And if you look back at the Divas era, Victoria was one of the few women who could go out there and be sexy and put on a good match. She's one of the pioneers, so if you look back at the woman from the Attitude Era, I think she was the perfect one to fit in this pack with these other wrestlers. Well, unless you wanted to go with Tori. You got Billy Gunn, you got Road Dogg. Tori had the thing with X-Pac, but if you're talking about good wrestlers, then good thing we went with Victoria. Let's go ahead and move to the next one. We got Road Dogg Jesse James. Surprisingly, because I expected Billy Gunn to get number 1 or 2 on this list, with Road Dogg being closer to the back end. But with Road Dogg, they got everything right. The tag team entrance, the singles entrance. He was not bit by that de-age bug because his face actually looks really good, and his moveset is a lot of fun to play with. I think 2K25 actually made me realize that Road Dogg does not get the respect he deserves. Yes, Billy Gunn is jacked, he looks like a wrestler, and he was really entertaining in his singles run. When you take a combination of his style and his moveset in the ring and combine it with his mic work, Road Dogg was just as entertaining as Billy Gunn was. And I've surprised myself here because when I'm going through my faction and picking a card, sometimes I'm picking that Road Dogg card over Billy Gunn. So I think Road Dogg was a great addition in this pack, and I actually have a lot of fun playing with him. But we have one man left. And before this pack even dropped, I knew my number 1 would either be Billy Gunn or it had to be D'Lo Brown. There's no way they messed up both, and by God, did they nail D'Lo Brown. From the entrance, to the moveset, to the finisher, to his signature moves that aren't even signatures or finishers, D'Lo Brown is exactly what I wanted to see when I said I wanted to see D'Lo Brown added to WWE 2K25. No, his face is not perfect, but at this point, these older wrestlers are just not going to have perfect faces. Unfortunately, I think we got to accept it. But he is the one guy who has stayed in my faction lineup ever since this pack was released, because I really do have a lot of fun playing with him. D'Lo Brown is definitely another wrestler who is extremely underrated, but he lived in the land of the Giants and still became a champion, so big shouts out to D'Lo Brown. Now let's get to the DLC pack we can expect to see in November. We got Tino Sabatelli. Tito Santana. Big shouts out to Tito Santana. Now, this is a man who had 2 stints in WWE, but he was before my time, so I have no ties to this man. Are you guys Tito Santana fans? Do y'all go back and check out old school 80s, early 90s wrestling? Let me know in the comment section. Are you excited to have him in this game? The next one we got Paul Orndorff. Now, I don't know what to tell y'all about Paul Orndorff, but if you like old school wrestling, or if you're an older fan, I'm sure you know who Paul Orndorff is, and the man looks like a star, so I'm sure he handled his business back then as well. And next up, we got Jesse Ventura. Now, modern fans will at least be familiar with who Jesse Ventura is, because he usually crashes out on commentary during the Saturday night's main event. So there, we got Jesse Ventura being added in this pack as well. And then we got Junkyard Dog. Now, I think everybody will at least be familiar with Junkyard Dog because he was very popular back in the day, and WWE brings him up quite a bit. Well, they used to, not as quite anymore, but Junkyard Dog, definitely a legend in professional wrestling. And then last, but most certainly not least, we got Sid Justice. Forget Justice. He's always going to be Sid Vicious to me because that name was the coolest. Now, Sid Vicious brought us some very classic moments in wrestling. Some really good, some really bad, and some really good because they were so bad. When it comes to promos, in-ring stuff, and unfortunately, probably the worst injury I've ever seen in a wrestling ring when he broke his foot in his boot, just disgusting. Now, there's a lot we could talk about with Sid Vicious, from his WWF Championship reigns, from the Shockmaster situation, all the way down to "We're live, pal," which I use every time I go live. But we'll save that stuff for our video that drops before this DLC pack comes out. But let me know, what is y'all's excitement level? I don't see people being too excited about this just because the young kids aren't going to know who all of these people are. Hell, I don't know who all of these people are, but I'll do some research before we come back on the next video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Thank y'all for tuning into this one. Don't forget to drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.